What's up, guys? Finally back here making some videos again. Yeah, sorry I was gone for a while. Things got crazy during the semester, and it was also mainly because with marching band. But yeah, here we are. Back at it with the videos. So yeah. All right. UNC falls to Duke, 32-25. Will put us below 500 with a record this season, and we are out of bowl contention. I there's I don't even know where to start. I have no idea where to fucking start with any of this whatsoever. I have no clue where to start. Like, this is ridiculous, man. I mean, I have watched Carolina football since like 2010 or 2011. I can't remember which season it was, but it was one of those seasons. That's when I started to watch this football team and this damn program. All right, so let's get this started off. I've seen some pretty bad Tar Heel teams. All right, last year that was the worst 6-6 team I think I've ever seen in my life. All right, I've seen terrible UNC teams in the past, 2017 and 2018. Y'all remember that, man? I mean, good God. But I think this is the worst Tar Heel football team I have ever fucking seen in my entire life. What in the actual hell was that? No, like seriously. Because I have never seen such an undisciplined football team ever. Ever. This is the worst Carolina football team I think I've ever seen. On top of that, might be the most undisciplined. And it's so weird because one game we'll have a great game on offense and then our defense doesn't do shit. Or it's the opposite, which would mostly what I've seen is our defense is good, but our offense can't do a damn thing. And what's our defense supposed to do when we give them the ball at the 50-yard line or closer for them? What do you expect them to do? I don't understand. On top of that, I want y'all to look at this bullshit. So as you see, look at the penalties. Duke had 3. North Carolina had 12. 5 of those was an unsportsmanlike conduct. First off, a terrible look on us. And I know that's a responsibility a player needs to have. But that is also on coaching. A coach has got, that can be on coaching too. And when you don't have a good coach, what the fuck is going to happen? You're going to have 5 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Now, let me tell you this, Duke fans. Stop acting like we were the only ones committing those. Because there are some times where they could have called it on you. But they didn't. So just saying, stop acting like we were the only ones doing shit. And that we were doing the worst thing in the world. With that being said, 12 penalties is not going to do anything. That killed us in this game. Fucked us over. Because I'm telling you, if it weren't for that shit, I think it would have gone so much better for us. Because all 12 of those penalties were costly. All 12. And that includes the 5 unsportsmanlike penalties on us. That is an undisciplined football team. Undisciplined. I am so sick and tired of seeing the same shit every week. Every week. And I'm sick of it. The penalties are going to screw us up. All 12 were costly, and I said it's going to bite us in the ass in the end. And as a matter of fact, if it weren't for those 12 penalties, I really think it would have gone into overtime, or honestly, we could have won that game. But no, and all 12 of those, they were good calls. They were good calls. And I'm not saying And like I said, Duke fans, I'm not saying we didn't, the penalties like shouldn't have counted. No, but I'm saying is there were times that maybe they y'all did some stuff that could have been unsportsmanlike, but they didn't call it. I'm just sick of it. I am so sick and tired of seeing the same shit every year in football. I just want a good football team. At least you have basketball. That's great. And I want the basketball team to continue to be good. But it'd be nice to see the other sports do something for once in a while. Gia Lopez, I can't even be mad at you, man. You had a great game today. It doesn't help when our offensive line can't block for shit. And on those last two drives, the one drive we could have at least extended our lead. Or, on top of that, maybe on that last drive that we had to go down the field and try to tie the game up. No. Our offensive line can't protect the fucking fart. They couldn't do a damn thing those last two drives. You have got to protect the quarterback. That is your one responsibility as an O-line. What are you doing? You can't blame that on Gio. And on that last play in the 4th and 13 when he throws the ball down the field, that was poor effort by Paysour. Freddie Kitchens has got to be the worst offensive coordinator I've ever seen in my life. I'd rather have Phil Longo. And that's saying something. Because y'all know how I feel about that guy, and I'm not going to get into that as well. But I am sick and tired of this same crap. The play calling sucked. You're throwing a screen pass on a 3rd and 12 and a 2nd and 7. Those screen passes haven't even worked all year. So what makes you think it's going to work now? I don't understand what's going on. But this entire season has been a disaster. A disaster. And I love Tar football. You know what? Once the offseason comes, I'm going to be ready for next year. And once next year comes, I'm going to be excited. But I need this season to end, man. Because it's never been more frustrating than ever. I don't understand. And look. A lot of y'all are right, and I agree with this. We have ever since like the second half of the season or after that Clemson game, I've seen improvement from this football team. I really have. I've seen improvement, which is good. It is getting us somewhere. You know what I mean? So I like the improvement that I'm seeing. But the mistakes that I saw tonight, there's no excuse for that. Whether you're improving as a team or you might be falling down as a team later in the year. No matter what type of team you are, what record you have, those mistakes and being that undisciplined, no matter who you play, what your record is, what team you are, and where it's at, there's no excuse for that, and that's completely unacceptable. So, you that's something you have to work on. And look, once the season ends, we get there deeper in the offseason, I'm going to miss it, and I'm going to be ready for next football season. And I can't wait to go to a game next year and the year after that, and I love this team to death no matter what. Y'all know that, man. I'm tired of this, man. And I know a lot of other UNC fans are as well. And I'm going to go in the next week. Hey, fuck NC State. I can't stand them. I'm excited for next week, and we're going to go in the next week. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to cheer my heart out on this team. And we have nothing to lose, man. No bowl game. We have nothing to lose. So a win next week will be a great way to end the season. But tonight was extremely frustrating. And a tough one to swallow. And that there's no excuse for what I saw tonight. No excuse. You cannot ever be that undisciplined no matter who you are and what team you are. End of discussion. I got nothing else to say, man. I don't. I don't even know. I'll see y'all. Thanks for watching. Go Heels. And Bill, and to this entire football team, get your shit together. Because no excuse to be that undisciplined. Go Heels.